Alright, so, we're on the play, which means that there's no way our opponent can win. Uh, we're gonna mulligan this hand. Alright, much better. Sort of. We have things to do. And we get a scry? God, it's busted. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. I would like a play. And we drew most of our top end, so it's slightly less likely that we will draw like 4 and 5 drops that we can't cast before we draw lands to cast them. So our opponent is either on travel preps or spider spawning. No, sensory depth. I think that's funny that they're doing that to my silver chase fox. Like, they're just asking to be 2 for 1 blighter. But I mean, if they don't want to get aggroed out, I suppose it's fine. Excuse me. So I'll just play out my Elite Inquisitor, and if my opponent tries to do anything to it, like claustrophobia or something, we'll have a Silver Chase Fox activation. Fortress Crab. Gross. Yeah, we can bonds this. Speaking of using enchantments on removal on, like, really bad creatures. Murder of Crows. Yeah, I think we just smite the Murder of Crows. How badly do we need another land? Preferably a plains. Interesting. So I'm just going to attack with my Elite Inquisitor. I'd like to play Selfless Cathar and hold up Feeling of Dread, but I think we'll be fine playing like Chapelgeist instead this turn. It's a little bit more mana efficient. Like, we can still block the Hamlet Captain. Or the Civilized Scholar, actually, because this guy has Vigilance. First strike, Vigilance, so many keywords, so little time. Wonder what the Isolated Chapel is for. Like, double splash? Maybe it's double splashing spiders still. I like how there's like a lighthouse to Avacyn and a Murder of Crows in the background of this Fortress Crab. Opponent is looting. Chose not to. So, fun fact, Villagers of Estvald is a werewolf, which means that Elite Inquisitor is still protection from it. Still has protection from it. Oh, I should have attacked with the Chapelgeist too. Might be. It's there to block the Hamlet Captain, obviously. So, like, my opponent can't double block with the Hamlet Captain and the Villagers of Estvald or anything. I'm beginning to think that this card is kind of oppressive. And at my opponent's end step, we can definitely tap 2 of their creatures to prevent the Villagers of Estvald flipping on our turn, which is pretty great. Kessig Cage Breakers. you can move to combat. Sure. I'm just gonna attack with the Trappelgeist here, and then I'm going to play Cobbled Wings. But not equip. Play, but not equip. Because casting Cage Breakers seems like kind of a pain in the ass. So we'd like to Feeling of Dread that. Like how we haven't run any lands, though. It's pretty great. Alright, we'll attack with Trappelgeist. Take 2 in the air, friend. Cobbled Wings. We're mostly doing this, the Cobbled Wings, playing the Cobbled Wings, doing the Cobbled Wings. Playing the Cobbled Wings to prevent the villagers from flipping. Oh, shoot. Alright, so we're gonna be blocking the wolf. I forgot to tap this. But, we can just Feeling of Dread. I don't know. I like how it's foil, so they have a foil wolf. I was about to say, I suspect my opponent won't be playing anything in order to allow their villagers to flip. And so I was going to Feeling of Dread on their end step because of that. And then I realized that that was a terrible idea that I had, but whatever. Ooh, I drew a land. Sweet. Alright, well, I'm gonna attack with all these guys. And I have to decide whether I want to use Civilized Scholar and Feeling of Dread on their end step again, or like at the begin combat step, or if I want to just play Gallows Warded. I think I want to play Civilized Scholar. See, I get him for 5 this turn because Feeling of Dread can tap flyers as well, so like Cobbled Wings won't be an issue. So, attack, attack, attack. I'll play Civilized Scholar. Mulch. Ah, I'm so good at this game. Not to the bone. Gosh darn it. Yeah, you got it. So now we for sure have to tap Cassie Cage Breakers. Scabruinator. Well, let's see. As an additional cost to cast Scabruinator, exile 3 creatures from your graveyard. Oh, they only have 2. Okay, sweet. So, for sure, have to tap, like, villagers and Cassie Cage Breakers. And then we can't block anything because, hear me out, because there's a Scabruinator in their graveyard, and in order to cast it, they have to exile 3 creatures. You can cast Cassie Cage, not Cassie Cage Breaker. Oh, there it is. There's a spider spawning. Sweet. Good to know. Alright, well, Tap this guy, and I'll still tap this guy. And then, so we're gonna hold on to the Slayer of the Wicked. Play the Gallows Warden. And now the spiders can't kill my Chapelgeist, even though Chapelgeist can only kill one spider. Slayer of the Wicked can kill Scabruinator though. Scabruinator, for those of you who don't know, is a 5/6 flyer, and as an additional cost you must exile 3 creature cards from your graveyard, and you may cast it from your graveyard. It's pretty good. The art is sweet, as one can come to expect. Yay, our Gallows Warden finally resolved. So now we get to the grindy part of the game, where my opponent has the potential to just win, kind of randomly. Oh, I forgot to loot. Oopsies. I mean, I like Slayer of the Wicked, so. Wow. All 5 kills. Now they can cast Scabruinator. They should probably cast Gnaw to the Bone first. Sensory Dep on Gallows Warden. Okay, deal. This is the part where we get overrun by Cassie Cage Breakers. Something tells me that tapping out might not have been the best idea. Although, hear me out. Yuck. Okay, well, let's see if we can hit a creature that's not Slayer of the Wicked. Although I can see discarding Slayer of the Wicked as well. And then blocking the Cassie Cage Breakers? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Defensive Civilized Scholar, go. My opponent might have the Hysterical Blindness card. Yeah, we'll flip. Which would be real bad for us, but okay, so first strike. That guy. This guy goes here. This guy can go here, and then we take 3, 11? Yeah, that's fine. Flashback spider spawning. Yeah, they have reach, which is so crazy. We'll concede. That's so good. We'll try it again. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we're back. Oops. How'd that happen? Alright, well, I just watched Numot F6 through his entire turn, so, at least we have a 1-drop into an Elite Inquisitor, which is pretty great. Mayor of Avabrook. Great. Fantastic. Well, we'll offer the trade, first of all. And we are going to play the Elite Inquisitor here over the Abyssinian Priest. Can attack through the Mayor, block the Mayor. block his wolves. Opponent got a pretty sweet deck. Is that the beginning of your upkeep? End step? End step? Excuse me, end step. They get to make a wolf. So if they flip the mayor this turn, which they're not going to, because Hamlet Captain. Alright, sweet. Well, I am going to attack with the Elite Inquisitor. We have the Selfless Cathar on board, so okay. I think just a moment of heroism here while my opponent's tapped out. Interesting. They were willing to trade their Hamlet Captain for my Selfless Cathar as well. Armored Scab. Alright, well. I can still attack into that. Cassie Cagebreaker's milled, so that's good. So I'm going to attack. And then I think I could either play Voiceless Spirit or Abyssinian Priest. And I think it's just the Voiceless Spirit. Considering, like if the mayor flips, we're not too worried because we can cast Abyssinian Priest and Sensory Deprivation. Although our opponent is not flipping the mayor. I don't know if that's right. Revealed. Civilized Scholar, wow, just milled 4 cards. 4 creature cards. So their spider spawning is going to be insane. Attack you. Abyssinian Priest. Like this 2x beatdown is probably not going to get there against the spider spawning deck. Especially if they have spider spawning. Yeah. That's what I thought. Let's see. My opponent can pretty easily assign enough blockers to any of my creatures. So I guess I think I really don't want this mayor to flip. So I'm just gonna play a spell. And maybe Feeling of Dread some stuff next turn. Some spiders. Like, they hit so many creatures off their thing, though, yeah. Don't feel weird about doing that. I should have tapped another one, too. Ugh. Like, how do I beat this? How do I beat this? Oh, we'll bluff the combat trick anyway. And we have the Selfless Cathar? Yeah, we'll be fine. This is so embarrassing, you guys. Well, my opponent... Okay, so they had the Cassie Cagebreakers, the Mayor, the Spiders. Pretty good deck. Wonder what they're splashing for. Comes down to sinew. Got to continue to grow. Now that's more like it. Run down to one last hope, and that hope is you. Kid, you're not exactly a dream come true. Alright, well, it's a lot of spiders. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, flip your mayor. Play your Scabruinator now. At least Mayor doesn't pump spiders. Block here. Take 10. Probably could have. No. Because it's like my best blocker right now. Scabruinator. Yeah. Get dead. Yup. So we're going to be tapping that wolf for ever. Probably. There's a good chance, I'd say. Murder of crows. Well, tap this guy. Angel Flight Alabaster would be great. Like, that's a pretty sweet draw in this situation. I'm not interested in just throwing away my Selfless Cathar quite yet. My opponent does get to loot, which is... yeah, loot. Which is, you know, not ideal. Sometimes White Weenie just does not get there. Next turn we're going to be flashing back Feeling of Dread. Kind of wish I had that in my hand, the Moment of Heroism in my hand still. Yup. Ooh, Bonds of Faith. We're... was about to say, we're bluffing another Moment of Heroism, but that's not true. We're not even bluffing Snapcaster Moment of Heroism. For some reason, I can never get the hang of this stupid format. Or we just play all the people with, like, the nut decks. That's another reason, too. Well... nope. Black, black, black. Take 7. GG's opponent.